Yo, 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 Big Kish back up in here. We about to go over Drake been stalking Halle Berry, man. Drake has been womanizing Halle Berry. I don't know if he have an obsession with her or is that she rejected him. I don't know what it is, but we about to get into it, y'all. You know what I mean? Let's get it.
Halle Berry is not happy with Drake because she says he didn't get her permission to use this photo. Drake posted this on Instagram ahead of releasing his new single, Slime You Out.
I don't know what's wrong with you girls.
One thing about Champagne Papi is that he is going to demean black women every single time.
And to me, I felt
But hey, look, y'all be purchasing them records, you know. There's no bigger consumer than black women.
like, wait a minute, what is the real issue with you in marriage? So then now I gotta dig deeper into who the person is. Now I gotta dig in and see, what are y'all like? What's your family like? Oh, your dad left you at 5. Oh, I get that. He never walked you to the bus stop. You're mad about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's like, man, you know, your mom, she never remarried. You don't even know what like family is. So of course you don't dig marriage.
I feel like there's just like a
Hey, y'all, my mic been cutting in and out. Like, I've been having to do videos like over and over and over trying to get it right. I don't know what's going on, but if it cut out, we still rocking out with the video. I ain't, you know, I've been up, man. Look, we rocking out with the video still.
sort of fine line between demeaning and fun and wit. And I feel like a lot of the music like me and Wayne make, for example, it's fun and it's witty. You know, like we have a song like I Just Wanna F Every Girl in the World. You know, that's one of our biggest songs together.
The drama surrounding Drake just keeps getting more disturbing, and over the past few months, there's been a lot of discussion online about Drake being exposed as a total creep and weirdo, especially when it comes to degrading women, particularly black women, in the most grimy ways. Fans and critics are now digging up all sorts of old tea about Drake's history with the women he used to obsess over, and it seems like there's this recurring pattern. Drake starts out by publicly declaring his love for a woman, following her around like her biggest fan and acting all smitten. But once she turns him down, he flips the script and becomes this vindictive, misogynistic nightmare. And now that whole situation with Drake...
Hey, this might be the same deal with Ice Spice. Might be the same thing going on with Ice Spice. Because Ice Spice, she rejected him. He flew her out, you know, he tried to wow females like, yeah, look what I could do for you. I'm Drake. But he ain't used to a female be like, yeah, so... They out there, yeah, so what? Oh, you got a Ferrari? Oh, okay, that's cool.
Drake and Halle Berry has resurfaced again, with fans saying this is a prime example of how Drake is really a horrible person with sick thoughts, just like Kendrick called it. So Drake tried to humiliate Halle by using a suggestive picture of her for his cover art, even though she had objected to it.
He probably was turned on by that.
And what makes this situation even creepier is the fact that Drake used to publicly obsess over Halle. He would gush about her in interviews, and even when she was pregnant, he made some weird comments about how it was a shame she wasn't available because he would have definitely been with her if she were.
Yeah.
Would you seriously consider?
Like being with her?
Yeah.
100%.
Really?
Of course. What do you mean? I feel like she would be here right now, sitting right there.
But of course, Halle wasn't interested in Drake, and instead of gracefully accepting rejection...
Really?
Of course. What do you mean? I feel like she would be here right now, sitting right there.
But of course, Halle wasn't interested in Drake, and instead of gracefully accepting rejection, Drake, in true incel fashion, chose to degrade her in front of everyone. And this isn't a one-off thing. Drake has a long history of acting this way around women he was infatuated with. He did it with Rihanna, Serena Williams, Megan Thee Stallion, the list goes on. He would first obsess over these women
Them AIs, boy, that joint said Megan Thee Stallion.
in public, showering them with praise and compliments. But once they made it clear they're not interested in a serious relationship, Drake would turn around and start dissing them and their partners. But it gets even darker. So you know how Kendrick Lamar threw some serious shade at Drake on his diss track, Meet the Grams, saying Drake should die so these women can live with a purpose. Harsh words, right? But Kendrick didn't stop there. He also compared Drake to convicted offender Harvey Weinstein, claiming they both deserve to rot in prison for life. So yeah, this isn't just about Drake being a weirdo who degrades women in his songs. After all, he's not the first or last rapper to do this. However, there's a deeper, more sinister pattern here. So what exactly is Drake's issue with women? And what's the real story behind that Halle Berry?
Uh-oh. Go Halle. How old is Halle Berry now? She up there now. She still look good.
Situation. Is Drake really on the same level as Harvey Weinstein when it comes to being a creep? Let's dive into it and find out.
We're not stupid. We all know what a picture like this is supposed to depict. Sliming the first.
I told y'all. He get turned on by stuff like that. If you mess with dogs, you mess with German shepherds and all that. He wild. He wild.
First black women to win an Oscar sure is something. Like, that's some next level. From his Degrassi days, everything about Drake has always given me the ick. From making fun of Megan being shot, from trying to groom Millie Bobby Brown, from sliding into Billie's DM when she was like 15, 16 years old. Why does Drake still have a career?
Obsessed fan. Halle Berry is just one of many famous women Drake has publicly obsessed over, acting like a groupie and gushing about her in interviews, even though she never mentioned him or shown any interest in him.
You really have, like, let's say she wasn't.
Yeah.
Would you seriously consider?
Like being with her?
Yeah.
100%.
Really?
Of course. What do you mean? I feel like she would be here right now, sitting right there. Nothing was the same. September 24th, what's up? She would be here turned to the max.
She would have the Jaden Smith t-shirt on?
She would be like OVO head to toe Tim's. You'd be like, Halle just came here wearing Tim's?
Not only did Drake obsessively talk about Halle in interviews, calling her his ultimate fantasy and saying he'd totally be with her if she wasn't already seeing someone else, but he also made some seriously weird comments about her in his songs. Take, for instance, Drake's lyrics on the Migos' 2013 track, Versace Remix, where he raps, "Take a famous girl out where there's no paparazzi. I'm trying to give Halle Berry a baby and no one can stop me." Excuse you? No one can stop me? What exactly is that supposed to mean, Drake? Now, we all know Drake isn't the first or last famous guy to have a crush on Halle Berry.
She got that fiery look, she just got that look.
She's been everyone's crush since the 90s. Tons of rap songs mention her, and even
I'm gonna tell you who my crush is. Damn, I don't even know. Dame Dash cousin. What's Dame Dash cousin name? The one the bad one. Dame Dash cousin with the eyes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Put it in the comment. You'll know what I'm talking about. Damon Dash cousin. That's my crush right there. Word.
Even Kendrick Lamar gave her a shout out in Money Trees with J-Rock. But see, there's a huge difference between a flirty comment and what Drake did. Talking about wanting to give her a baby and no one can stop him is next level creepy. It's one thing to sing about a celebrity crush in a playful or even spicy way, but this is just unhinged. But it gets worse. Since Halle didn't show any interest in Drake, he took things even further and degraded her in such a gross and disturbing way that it really makes you see why Kendrick went off on Drake the way he did and exposed his questionable treatment of black women. So what exactly did Drake do that triggered Halle so much? And how come Drake keeps getting away with degrading black women? Slime You Out controversy. So last September, Drake released his first collaboration with SZA called Slime You Out from his album For All the Dogs. And the cover of the single featured a photo of Halle Berry getting slimed at the 2012 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
No one is safe from the slime!
Who idea y'all think that was? Take a wild guess. Like who idea y'all think that was? No one is safe from the slime. These grown ass people, man. The ooze. The goop. Hey, the editor ain't had to do all the slow motion either. They rubbing it in.
Now, before we move on to talk about why Drake's move enraged Halle, it's worth mentioning that there's this conspiracy theory floating around that Nickelodeon's slime gag is actually some kind of humiliation ritual. Supposedly, the slime is supposed to symbolize, well, let's just say something really gross and degrading.
And you know who the secret celebrity is that you wanted to slide? Who is it? Who is it? It's you!
Bro, Will Smith, don't ever shave your beard, boy. Don't trust nobody without no beard, guys. Hey, you guys, don't trust men without beards and mustaches. Nasty work.
And you know who the secret celebrity is that you wanted to slide? Who is it? Who is it? It's you!
Bruh, why you that close hump on him like that? He said he getting slime, but he getting slime too. Bro, why is you humping on him like that, man? Check him out. He's touching, bro, this Will Smith leg right here. This his leg. Justin Bieber right here. Why you gotta be that close on him like that? Y'all gotta start y'all gotta peep this stuff, man. Keep on him, like.
And when you think about it, there's a history of disturbing stuff associated with Nickelodeon, like the creepy behavior of Dan Schneider and all the allegations about what went down behind the scenes with young actors on those sets. So given that context, the whole slime thing takes on a really dark and gross undertone. So anyway, when Drake released the cover art for the track Slime You Out, showing Halle Berry getting slimed at Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, there was a lot of backlash directed at him, with fans calling him a weirdo and pointing out that it was already bad enough he wrote that creepy line about wanting to give Halle a baby. However, it wasn't just fans who were outraged. Halle also called out Drake and explained the real reason she was so upset about him using that particular photo. Halle fires back. So after Slime You Out was released, Halle first shared this cryptic Instagram post with the words, "Sometimes you have to be the bigger guy, even if you're a woman." But then in the comment section, one of Halle's followers asked her what her thoughts were about Drake using that photo for his song with SZA. And Halle responded, "Didn't get my permission. That's not cool. I thought better of him." She then followed up with another comment saying, "Hence my post today. When people you admire disappoint you, you have to be the bigger person and move on." However, the controversy didn't end there, because Drake's obsessed fans started harassing Halle and saying that since the photo was owned by Getty, Drake didn't need her permission to use it. But then Halle clarified.
Oh, the Drake Glazers tried to gang up on Halle.
That it wasn't about the legal side of it all. It was more about the fact that Drake actually reached out and asked her if he could use the photo. She told him no, most likely because she knew what the photo was really meant to symbolize. However, according to Halle, Drake ignored her request and still used the photo. When one person on Instagram asked her why she was so mad about the photo, Halle responded saying, "'Cause he asked me and I said no, that's why. Why ask if you intend to do what you want to do? That was the F you to me. Not cool, you get it?" Drake ignoring a woman's no? Well, again, Kendrick probably said all those things about him for a reason. Now, a lot of people back then didn't understand that Halle was never claiming it was illegal or that she owned the photos. Because if she did, her lawyers would have probably acted quickly. Instead, she was just saying it's a disrespectful and weird thing to do, especially after Drake pretended like he wanted to get her permission first. Now, if this was just a one-off incident and Drake had actually apologized to Halle, we probably wouldn't still be talking about it. But let's be real, Drake has a long and well-documented history of being creepy and disrespectful to the women he used to publicly obsess over.
Nigga up there with barrettes and shit in his hair, trying to be Sauce Walker. Now he trying to copy Sauce Walker.
This wasn't an isolated event.
Look, I meant.
It's part of a troubling pattern. Certified misogynist. It's no secret that Drake has a track record of blatant misogyny and disrespect towards women, especially black women. It seems he just can't resist throwing in those creepy lines about women in his songs, and it always seems to be about control. From exotic dancers to his exes, Drake's songs are littered with contempt for any woman who dared to step out of line. Take his 2022 album, Her Loss, for example. Right from the get-go, on the opening track, Rich Flex, Drake raps, "All of you need to remember who you're talking to. It's the Slaughter Gang CEO." But the real kicker came with a line that sent the internet into a frenzy. On the track Circo Loco, Drake raps, "This lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion." So if you missed it, that's a shady double entendre aimed at Megan Thee Stallion, who has been open about being shot in the foot by Tory Lanez in the summer of 2020. Now, Megan was quick to fire back at Drake on Twitter after he name-dropped her. However, he didn't even bother to respond.
Man, they said Tory ain't even do that.
Megan wrote, "Stop using my shooting for clout. Since when is it cool to joke about women getting shot? You rap dudes are lame. Ready to boycott about shoes and clothes, but dogpile on a black woman when she says one of y'all homeboys abused her." And then Megan also added, "And when the facts come out, remember y'all favorite rappers that stood behind a dude that shot a female." By the way, for Drake to even mention Megan in any context is weird because it's not like he was ever friends with Tory Lanez, and he clearly just wanted to humiliate Meg.
Let's be real, the misogynoir is ironic, but not surprising at this point. Drake has become this megastar from being extraordinarily neutral and has maintained his relevancy by capitalizing off of trends and adapting his sound to what's popular at the moment. I think it's weird as how this clown will use a black woman as his cover for his album, and instead of literally saying anything else, he uses his massive platform to defame and ridicule another black woman who has publicly had to grieve after losing her mother and had to deal with lames like you trying to tell her what did and didn't happen the night she was shot at, shot near. Hell, it doesn't even matter, because even having a gun pulled on you is traumatic, especially by someone that's supposed to be your friend. Oh, it was just a joke. It was a play on words. Since when is people being shot a joke? Like oh yeah, it's a joke when it's a black woman who's confident in her sexuality, appearance, and identity is shot. But when it's your cousin, brother, homie, or someone who's actually lived a lifestyle that perpetuates violence is shot, it's something I gotta take serious, right? Interesting.
Drake don't gotta use Megan for clout.
About that, bro. Dudes losing their life left and right, and people rapping about it in the song, and there ain't nobody concerned about it.
He's one of the biggest artists in the world.
You're right. Drake doesn't have to use Megan's name for clout. So why the f would he go out of his way to put a line about Megan on the album? That's what makes it lame. Use your context clues. It's corny as f. The crazy part is, I have no doubt in my mind that Megan is.
Yeah, he got that from R. Kelly. Remember, R. Kelly was in that interview with Gail. He was like, "Use your common sense."
Going to prevail.
Now, a lot of people claim Drake was just jumping on the bandwagon and using Megan's name for clout. However, some insiders later spilled that Megan is actually one of many famous women who turned down Drake's advances. And that's why he suddenly turned into a Tory Lanez supporter. But let's be real, this isn't Drake's first dip into the misogyny pool. People like to think of him as the nice guy rapper, but if you look at his lyrics and his actions, it's a totally different picture. Drake has been demeaning women in his songs for ages, and then when you add to that those PDF file rumors, well, it's not a good look, to say the least. Now, when Drake first hit the scene, he used to rap mainly about his journey to stardom, his love life, and his hometown Toronto. However, it seems all those comments and memes about being soft and sensitive really got to Drake and brought out his villain arc. He started overcompensating and came back with a more stereotypically masculine energy. And by the time 2013 rolled around with Nothing Was the Same, Drake was leaning hard into a tougher image. Tracks like The Language and Worst Behavior were full of talk about conflict, money, and power. It was all part of crafting this new narrative. Drake wasn't the soft, sensitive guy anymore. He wanted everyone to know he was someone to be feared. In his 2014 single Draft Day, he even talks about hiring black men from the hood as hitmen for donuts and coffee. By the way,
donuts and coffee? We talking about Baca? Hold up. Get us donuts and coffee. We'll wait for him in the lobby. What? Man, I thought Wayne told you stop rapping like that, man.
As hitmen for donuts and coffee. By the way, that same year, one of his security team members, Baka Not Nice, the same Baka Kendrick name, dropped on Not Like Us, got charged with some serious crimes involving a 22-year-old woman. And although Baka ended up pleading guilty to one of the charges and the other ones were dropped, the whole thing is still extremely disturbing. But guess what? Drake signed Baka to his label as soon as he got out of prison.
And when my brother forward out of jail, there was a lot of different paths that he could have took.
Buck up.
And he decided to focus on music. And when he was focused on music, maybe people thought, oh, okay, all right, it's a little fake. So look, it's an honor. It's an honor and a pleasure. I just wanna hand this. I wanna give this pen to my brother. I love you. G.
Congratulations, bro.
Down for a long time.
Hey, Bucka, congratulations, my brother.
Yeah.
That's French Montana.
Official. New York City, we appreciate you tonight. OVO. Not nice. Yeah.
This whole mess.
French Montana and Drake, they got a little same style going on too. Oops, what I do? I'm bugging.
Was the first big crack in Drake's nice guy facade, showing it was all an illusion. He's not just okay with being friends with someone accused of disturbing crimes against women. He actually celebrates and promotes him. And Drake's ongoing relationship with Baka really says it all about how little he cares about women's safety. Now, going back to the misogyny in Drake's music, on his 2015 mixtape with Future, What a Time to Be Alive, Drake tells women to shut their mouths and take what's coming to them. And by the time he released Views in 2016, Drake was all in on this hyper macho image. In Child's Play, he kicks off with a sample from DJ Eric, warning that if a girl goes to any season opener basketball game, she's probably hooking up with some player on the team. Later in the song, he even threatens women who cross him with being sent back to the hood. And then there was Hotline Bling, where Drake complains about a woman finding a life outside of his control. He pits women against each other, praising the good girls while criticizing those who go out more. On his 2018 album Scorpion, Drake continues this trend, expressing misogynistic views and painting a picture that without his guidance, women are lost. Now Drake has tried to brand himself as different.
That's massive manipulating tactics right there. Massive manipulating tactics. If y'all want to go check out this video, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. It's done by Screen Queens. It's AI, but you know, a lot of these AI channels, they be cooking.
Different from those overtly misogynist rappers. But here's another example of why Drake's version of Mr. Nice Guy is actually very.
But yeah, y'all go and check it out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. We creeping up on that 15K. I'm telling you, I'm about to pass that money out, man. If I hit you up on Instagram like, yo, what's your Cash App? You want the money. You ain't responding within like 24 hours. I'm moving on to the next person, man. I'm gonna let the spirit lead me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's time for me to go night, y'all. But yeah, good night, man. I don't know when I'm dropping this. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone, man.